Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Day we hustle, but the night we
What's good, everyone out there in YouTube land? It's your boy TNT Prime back for another review, but this time it's going to be a review and a rant all in the same video. All I got to do is say, Hasbro, you ought to be shaming yourself with this pack. And from there, we're going to start out with the yellow elephant in the room. Yes, my boy Bumblebee. How could they do you? How could they do us like this? Giving us a great Ironhide, a almost great Optimus Prime, a better looking Ratchet, and a even better looking Jazz. And then they skip out on your boy Bumblebee. I mean, really? Come on, Hasbro. We got we got to do better. All right, enough about that. When I get to them, I will explain what's going down. So, the reason I got this pack because I never had Ironhide. I never had Ratchet, but my brother had both Ironhide and Ratchet. And I never had Jazz. So, and I have an Optimus Prime, but not this version of Optimus Prime. I have the Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime for with the is it Dark of the Moon or the I think yeah Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime with the trailer. I have a 2007 Optimus Prime, but he don't look like that. It's the gimmick Optimus Prime. All right, so I got a Bumblebee, but it's a Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee. Same mode, same setup, but we'll explain that when we get to Bumblebee. All right, first we're gonna start off with Optimus Prime. Bring him closer in. As you can see with Optimus Prime is a pretty decent mode. Like I said, I haven't I haven't had this I haven't gotten this Optimus Prime just yet. Um, but like I said, that was one of the reasons why I got this pack. Was main reason for Ironhide. Just Ironhide alone, this pack was worth getting, along with Jazz. Um, so with this Optimus Prime, there I see there are some paint apps missing on this guy. As far as the runner lights up at the top, come on Hasbro, they should have been painted yellow. You skimped on this, and you also skipped on this part right here. This part should be blue. Um, also, even the feet should have some type of blue accent in it. Um, so yeah, they skipped on a lot of that. Even they could have put some flames and stuff up here on this Optimus Prime also. So yeah, they did a lot of skimp. Now, as far as the windshield, I seen on other videos that the windshield look a little better. As we get here to the side, they look good also. I don't understand why this wheel is totally different from the rest of the wheels, but it is what it is. On the back side, we have a good looking Optimus Prime. On the side, we have a good looking Optimus Prime. Other than that, this Optimus Prime look good, and I think they should never skimped on the running lights. They should never skipped on the paint down here, which I'm gonna go through and repaint this figure right, so the right colors. Well, at least try to get them to the right colors. But other than that, the figure look good. I have transformed the figure. It's nice and stiff, no wobbly. Um, So this mold degradation has not worn out on this guy just yet. So yeah, well, I ain't gonna go over articulation because those who already have it knows the articulation of this of him and how much he can bend and how much he can do. All right, so we'll put him back in the spot, and we'll go here to Ratchet. Now, my Ratchet has a little bit of loose limbs, but I'm gonna go through and explain this Ratchet also. Like I said, this is gonna be a rant video with also a review video. So my brother's Ratchet, I noticed that they have changed up in here, where some of this was mostly green, and they changed the color of the of Ratchet also with some a darker green. Also, the band on it seemed like it's a little thinner than what the band was on the first rollout. Um, like I said, my legs was a little loose, so we can tell that this mode is about wore out. So it's time for them to create another mode. Uh, Other than that, I want to say something about the headlights are different. I want to say they was blue, I think, and these are silver, which I think the silver look good. Um, so yes, there ain't too much more. I can't remember if the feet was all green or what, but other than that, right here they could have went in with a little gray or metallic silver, which I'm gonna go through that and fix that. But like I said, I couldn't remember if they had the feet was painted inside there or not. Other than that, on the back side, he still looks the same as the first mode. All right, so we're gonna put him back, and next we're gonna pick up Jazz. So I don't have a Jazz, like I said, to compare him to, but from videos, I think he is a little darker than what the original Jazz vehicle was um, that was produced. But this is screen accurate. I know this much. This is screen accurate. But this Jazz look good. There's nothing loose on this Jazz. Everything is good on this Jazz. I like the paint. I know this is darker on the inside from watching the other videos. I like the paint here in this. Um, Other than that, this a decent looking Jazz. I really like this Jazz. He is very good looking. His head sculpt is pretty decent also as everyone else head sculpt is. So yeah, it's pretty decent. But yeah, other than that, this is a pretty good Jazz. He looks real good. I couldn't find no flaws on this Jazz. But like I said, this is gonna be a little rant, and I'm gonna show you some flaws on some others Jazz. Well, I did have one flaw right there with tail the tail light. Let's see right there with the tail light. See where there's a little bit of mishap on the paint. Uh, yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much good on Jazz. So yeah, he looks good. I like the way he look. He's feel great. He not too stiff, but stiff enough where stuff won't be loose on him. Also noticed on some other people videos that this was his flip nose. The nose of the car was like a little loose. Mine is pretty tight. So yeah, I'm liking it real good on that. All right. Next we're gonna bring up Ironhide. Now, Ironhide, this Joker is solid. From my brother's Ironhide, I noticed that they didn't have the damage eye on his. They like painted it or something in there, so they gave him like one big blue eye and and the regular style eye. So I did notice that right off bat. Uh, he's real solid. He's has no loose uh, joints whatsoever. He has no loose joints on him. He is pretty solid. Oh, I noticed the feet on my brothers was black, and these are silver, so I'm liking this more than my brother's Ironhide. I noticed they don't have the Autobot insignia up here also, and my brother's Ironhide headlights was black on the inside there. Um, so I don't know why they didn't put the Autobot insignia on the side. But as far as I'm like I said, I'm not gonna go through articulation. Everybody knows the articulation of these guys. All this is a reissue of the 2007. So yeah, other than that, he looks real. He looks real good. Him and Jazz is about the only one in this pack that's it's worth getting, especially with Ironhide. Yeah, like I said, he's real solid guy, real solid figure, and I'm really enjoying him. All right, so let's get ready to do the yellow elephant in the room, and I can't believe they done Bumblebee this way. Only thing worth looking at on B is that mug. That's the only thing worth looking at on him. I mean, there's no paint apps here, no stripes. They went from my fallen B. I can see a lot of skips and mishaps on this guy. His legs is loose. He was packed poorly in. I'm not really gonna say in both packs I got. I mean, my first pack I got from Amazon. The, like I was saying, the door was completely off and it was broken off here in the rear, right here where this door flips, where the panel flips up and everything. Right there, it was broken in there. This was completely broken off and couldn't find it nowhere. So ain't no telling. It was packed poorly. They should have packed these. They should have packed this pack in car mode. My Ironhide, they should have had the feet folded up, and they didn't have the feet folded up. He was literally sticking almost couple of millimeters from touching the box. So if something would have landed on the box, his toes would have came through the box or broken off. So yeah, they poorly packed this anniversary setup. They should have been in transform. They should have been in vehicle mode and shipped in the packs just like that. I mean, they could have done better than this. So yes, this one, and so that was the first pack. This pack right here, same way with Ironhide. His feet was not folded up, and if you can see right there, you can probably see that blob of like super glue. So I'm gonna see right there. So you can see that blob of glue sitting right there. Yes, the door was cracked right there. So I had to glue it there and glue it on the inside here. Also, also, I had to glue this piece. It was cracked up here too. I had to glue this piece, and you can see where the blob of glue at in there. Had to glue that to fix that. Um, what else? They were you can see right here. Check this out. I mean, this is pitiful. This is pitiful. That whole glass is fogged up for some odd reason. And no, it's not from the glue that I used. This is the door. This is one of the doors that actually works fine, that was not broken. And it's ironic that this is the same door in the first pack that I got from Amazon, which Amazon sent me this pack out that I have now, and they told me I can keep this other pack. So they said it won't worth sending back, so they told me I can keep it. I thanked them for it. So I'm gonna show what I'm gonna do with that pack because it's not worth them being in robot form. And I like keeping all my Transformers in robot form, so it's not even worth it. That's how mad I am. I'm upset about how Hasbro packed this stuff. Um, there was something else about this B. Uh, yeah, I think that's it. I think, but let's get down to this paint. I mean, come on, Hasbro, what is this? How you gonna paint the Revenge of the Fallen and there's another mode? How are you gonna paint these and not paint them on this? It don't make sense. I mean, what happened? I mean, right up in here, the same thing. This right here could have been painted. Why is it not painted? I don't know. His feet. Why is his feet lighter than the mode that you give us? The feet could at least been the same color as the mode, or you could have painted them black. The rims, they are not a metallic silver like the ones I have on my Revenge of the Fallen B. They are the same color, made out of the same color as the feet. Come on, that's really cheap. The Optimus Prime and B are the stars, pretty much the stars of the show. And you skimp on this, and it's a 15th anniversary. The price for this should not even been that price. I mean, yes, Ironhide and Jazz make up for that price, but it should not even been that price. I mean, this is sad. It's really, really sad. Only thing worth something on this Bumblebee is the head. So, speaking of that, what I'm going to do, because I really like this mode, that head mode on that B, what I'm going to do is take this B. Oh, and the color of B. Come on. Look at the color. Look at the color difference in these two B's. Look at there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this B. I'm going to take his head off of, I'm going to take this head off and put this head on that B. Yes, it might be a color difference, but I mean, this B look totally different. There's no paint missing. I mean, the shin, his arm, everything is painted out like it's supposed to be. His wheels are in a metallic silver. Um, I like his windshield better. I like the windshield better. This was packed in robot form, but it was packed in a plastic guard to keep it from being putting pressure on. And another thing, I want to think they're using a thicker trans clear uh, plastic on this. I mean, come on, man. This is my studio series, Revenge of the Fallen B. And so I'm just going to pop his head off and put it on this guy. And then put this head on this guy. So this guy will be posed as the Battle B. And this one going to be posed as the non-Battle B. So, yeah, I mean, look at the paint apps. Look, I mean, check the paint apps out. This is pitiful. Look at the paint apps. Paint apps look a whole lot better. Look a whole lot better. Now, I will go inside this B and paint his fall lights silver. So, yeah, I will paint his fall light silver in that B. But other than that, this B here looks totally better than this B. They should have packed this B in the 15th anniversary and gave us a choice of what noggin we want to use. They could have gave us two heads and we could have changed out the head. So this is the B that Hasbro should have packed in there. Look at it. Look at it. It looks so much better. And I will probably go in here and paint a little bit of yellow here on that. So now that Rant is over with, let's put this B up and put this B back on the stand where he's supposed to be. Also, let me focus this in, bring it back. Also, with this setup, you have two backgrounds. You have the alleyway, which if I take it off, the you know what, we'll take it off, and I can turn it around so y'all can see that. So we'll bring these guys off. All right, we'll turn that around. So, and here we have Wiki, the other side of the background with Wiki House. So now that we got that out of the way, next is going to be not transformation, because like I said, I have extra ones and they're already in their vehicle mode. So I'm going to have them posted up beside their vehicle modes, and we're going to go over how they look in their vehicle modes. All right, here the guys are in vehicle mode. Like I said, I got two sets of them. This is the first set that came to me, and Bumblebee door was completely broken off. Could not be repaired. Only way I had to repair it was actually super glue this. Like I said, this back panel, this panel here. Let me get in there on that. I had to glue this panel pretty solid to it to make this work. So yeah, that's why these guys are gonna be stayed in vehicle mode. Maybe I might transform Optimus Prime, and if I can find a Jetfire and combine this guy with Jetfire, maybe. But alright, for that, let's go into vehicle mode. Let's check out their vehicle mode, and also we're gonna do what accessories they come with, and I'm gonna show y'all where y'all can mount them at on these vehicles if you so pleased to have them mounted on the vehicle. First, we're gonna start off with Ironhide. All right. Ironhide vehicle mode looks very well, but I wish they could have done something better with the feet, where their feet could at least fold it up or something. You know what I'm saying, where these toes and stuff fold up. But other than that, his vehicle mode looks very good. I like the GMC grill up front. I like this bumper. This bumper look real good. He is not gappy. He is closed all the way up. He is tight. His transformation went very well. The detail in it is pretty good. Okay, you don't see much robot up under there except for just his feet and maybe his crotch area. The Autobot insignia back here, which I may go and paint that a silver so that can show up a little better. But you know, that's how I'm gonna do it. I mean, made to be customized. His tailpipes, his tail stalks, pipe stacks look real good. The 4x4 painted on it. His wheels look good. If I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking this truck's supposed to have been a dually. So what happened to the other wheels? I mean, they could have put like a thinner set of wheels in there, but it is what it is. So it can be done what it can be done with. So then we're going to set him down right there. And we're going to bring in his weapons. So his weapons, this is his missile launcher, or a little tiny missile launcher. I like how what they did here was integrated the door into this weapon, so it looked like it came part of the door. It looks very well. Lack of paint up in here, but I can deal with that. The metallic silver look good. Grenade launcher, that's what this thing is, if I'm not mistaken. Grenade, so it looks very well. So we're gonna set that one right there, and we're gonna bring in the other part of his weapon, which this looks very well also. I couldn't remember how the colors was on this one on my brother's, but this one right here, I do remember a little bit of a metallic silver here on this guy. Let's see, bring it in. Do remember, like I said, a little metallic silver here, so that could be something different. I could have been, you know, I could be mistaken, but other than that, this look good. There's nothing that I can fix that, easy fix for that, so I may paint that also. Alright, as far as storage on this guy, on Ironhide, we will have this little peg here for storage. Can sit right here. We'll sit this on this side. If I can get it to do right, if I got the right peg, yeah, that's the only peg, so I just had it in there. Alright, there you go. So that's what they'll look like over here on this side of him. And this guy right here, we will peg here. So this a little peg right there. Also, put it back, and it'll peg right into that little hole right there. So it sit there, and that's how Ironhide will look with his vehicle mode. Along with the weapons sitting in the vehicle mode. So yeah. So now we'll roll him on out of the way, back him up, beep, 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 beep. Next is up is the yellow elephant in the room, and that's Bumblebee. So bring him in, bring in the zoom on him. As a matter of fact, let's bring in the camera just a little more and bring in a zoom on. Alright, you can see here, this bee is totally gappy. Totally gappy, real gappy. Turbo bee, turbo bee. The paints are two different paints apps, which this is painted. This is the plastic mode. Up in here, the joint of plastic mode. This yellow is totally off from everything else. The wheels look like crap. This is a bad looking bee. I can't believe they done bee like that. Like I said, this panel on here, I had to actually physically super glue because it was completely broken off, along with his door just out. Like I said, they should have packed these cars in vehicle mode, and they would have had less issue out of them. So, if I were Hasbro, they should get out a new pack and give out guys who got trash for theirs. I mean, it don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, this is car mode. So yeah, and his weapon of choice is this gray little gun. I mean, it's pitiful. I mean, pretty much pitiful. I'm finna show you my Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee gun. Now, this gun looks, I mean, look at that, 10 times better. Same gun. So why you just couldn't pack this gun with B, or better yet, pack that whole Revenge of the Fallen B with this pack and give us a gun and two heads, so we can swap out heads whenever we need to. But this right here, this is crazy. This is a better looking weapon than this is. I'm glad I had that B, and I wasn't going to pick that B up. Something told me to pick that B up, and I'm glad I did. So he will be with this group right here, and that B will be with this group, but with the battle helmet on. Yeah, yeah, I'm still ranting. So I never figured out a place to mount his weapon. So yeah, I never figured out a place to mount his weapon. I don't see where I can mount it at on him. So it don't matter. He's supposed to be in car mode anyway. So yeah. All right. Next, Optimus Prime. So only issue I have two issues. Only two issues I have with this Prime is, okay, what happened here? Right here. They could have give like a little flap that folded down. I mean, they got part of a container right here, so this part right here could have folded down to hide part of his arms. Other than that, that's one of the issues. The other issues, he is gappy. He gappy too. a gap right up in here. They could have used a locking peg right there to lock that in. He's gappy right here. Um, my I want to say Darker the Moon Prime, he's nowhere as gappy. Only gripes about the Darker the Moon Prime, his arms here did have the wheels up under it, and I can deal with that. I can deal with that. All right, so let's set him down. Also, I'm gonna be painting his running lights, so I'm gonna be painting them right there also. Um, yeah. So let's bring out his weapons of choice, and these are his weapons. They didn't give us his iconic ion blaster, which I wish they did, but I can deal with this because my other primes have the iconic ion blaster, and I do not have parodies Energon blades. So I'm glad they stuck this in here with this guy. Like I said, I have both sets of these, so I have an extra set of weapons, which will be posed on the guys, and these weapons will be posed on the cars, except for B, because I can't find a way to mount him up. I might just sit it up there. But yes, pair of Energon blades, and what they do, they peg into the bottom of his hands. So they will peg right in there. So they will peg up just like this. So this will go to the right one, and this one will go to the left one. So let's show you where they peg up on him as far as vehicle transportation. So we got pegs. We got a peg here. See that peg right there? It goes into this foot slot right here. So we'll put that one there. And same thing for this blade here. It has the peg there. It will peg into that foot right there. And we will set that right here and peg it in if it'll allow me to. And there. So I find it best to peg them, have the blades in like this, so to give that shape to it. Just in case you have the trailer, you can put the trailer peg in this one, where it won't block too much of the trailer, and the pegs also stick on the outside instead of having this peg on that end and that peg on this sword on this side and this sword here on this side, which it won't look as good. That's me, but each to their own. Alright, so that's good on Optimus. And now let's go for Ratchet. Ratchet is Ratchet. So I did notice something when I did have him transform. He's gappy also. This one will not close in for some reason. But this color right here is the original color of the first one that come out. And this is the darker color right up in here. His back end and his hood. Also with this guy right here, their wheels are painted metallic silver versus the other one was painted all black. Also, his band is a little thinner on this one, which it looks better up here with this guy. Other than that, his headlights, like I said, I remember them being blue. So they silver, but they missing indicator lights, which I would change the indicator light. I would paint that up myself also. The back end, the bumper is grayed out metallic gray versus being a solid gold or solid green. The windows here are not painted, which I would go back and paint that. I would probably paint them black, meaning by these being black up here. I think the original one had this blue, and so they made this like a blue, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So, like I said, other than that, we got a little bit of robot headed showing. When he's in the front, we got that showing in the front. Translucent light bar could have been real good for this. We got the tire on top. Other than that, everything looks pretty good. I can't read what it says. Well, it says fire department, search and rescue. Search and rescue fire department right here on that symbol there. Alright, so let's put him down and bring his choice of weapon in. His choice of weapon in is the saw blade. And I wish they would have gave his energon blaster. They could have gave him that. His is it energon blaster or located? What they could have no EMP. His energon EMP. They could have brought that in to play also. But yes, he has a saw blade. So where you can peg this guy, you can peg him here, which to me it don't look good right there, but each to their own. So the part we can peg it is right here on top of his tire, and sit there and peg it in just like that, and there we go. Other than that, Ratchet robot, his vehicle mode looks very, very well. Like I said, little complaints here with like gappage. Other than that, it's fine. Alright. Last but surely not least, the gem in the whole pack, besides Ironhide, the Jazz. Jazz looks really, really good. There's no like big panel gappage. We have panel lines where panel lines supposed to be, like if a door was opening here or a hood were raised up, all that looks good. The gray, metallic gray looks good. I have two defects on mine. This one right here on my copy, and I have a defect here, which I can fix that, and a defect here, which I can also fix that with no issues whatsoever. The wheels look good. This little Pontiac Solstice was a pretty good looking car anyway. Headlights look good. Tail lights look good, except on my other Jazz, I was saying I can go in and fix his paint on his tail light, so you could tell it was like missing a little bit of paint. If you can see right there, this one almost is the same way. Let me see, can I focus in on that? You look right there, this one almost is the same way, but that Jazz over there is missing a whole lot more than normal. Alright, so we're going to set Jazz down and show you his weapon of choice. His weapon of choice is this funky looking gun with a shield on it. This can peg into, you can flip his hand in, and let me see, I'll grab him real quick. So Jazz has two ways of holding this gun. Alright, first way he can peg it in and hold it like so, and the gun will be a shield. Or you can take this hand here, flip it in, and this little square piece right here will peg into the back side of that gun and sit right here. So he can hold it two different ways. Yeah. So that's the way. Excuse me, I had to stretch to put that up there. That's one way of setting him up. But yeah, the detail in this gun is great. The like a bunch of little tiny, like this could be the center missiles, and this right here could send out like little, not missiles, but like laser gun, and this part right here can send out little missiles. But other than that, this is a nice look, and it matches his car mode real good. Now, as far as stacking this on here, now I'm assuming, because I haven't looked at no directions, when I transform these guys, I try to transform them without doing directions, without watching directions. I'm old school, so yeah. So I try to do stuff, without the manual. When we was kids, we didn't read the manual when we first transformed them. We had to figure it out. So yeah, I go back to that. So this clip right here, I found a way to put it up under his spoiler, so it'll sit up under his spoiler just like that. Well, I had it sitting good. Let me Let me get it back up in there. Okay. So it'll sit up under his spoiler just like that. So that can be storage for his car mode, which I won't, by him being so small, I won't storage him with his car mode. Only ones who gonna have storage is Optimus, Ratchet, and Ironhide. So they will have theirs. Um, so I'm gonna have Jazz wielding both of his weapons in both hands. Um, but up under there has don't see much robot going on. The feet is hidden well, pretty good. Only thing you can really see is his crotch area, and maybe you can make out his head, but this can be something else, up in the vehicle. But here's about the best transformation besides uh, Ironhide with less gappage, and it looks very, very well. So yes, looks very well. All right, we'll be back with a cleanup of the review and let y'all know if y'all should buy this pack, depending on what you want from it, or let the pack go. So, the completion of this video about this review. Um, if you don't have Ironhide, it's at least worth getting Ironhide, and you'll get 4 other characters with them. Because Ironhide alone is going for between $200 to $400. If you don't have, so like I said, if you don't have them, the pack alone is worth him. If you don't have an Optimus Prime, um, it's worth getting. If you don't have a Ratchet, it's worth getting. And if you don't have a Jazz, it's definitely worth getting with Jazz and Ratchet. I mean Jazz and Ironhide, because Jazz has a new color, same mode, same transformation and everything. Um, but B, yeah, Hasbro ought to be shaming themselves how they did B. They did B wrong. They did them wrong. Um, Also, I wish Hasbro would have packed uh, these guys in vehicle mode. It would have been better for them being in vehicle mode, and I think you wouldn't have the issues that some people are having with their packs, like I had with my pack. Both packs from Amazon came broken, both. So this was the pack what y'all seeing now, and I did a review on, was the second pack that Amazon sent out. Like I said, they sent me out this pack, but they also told me to keep that pack because pretty much it won't worth returning. I mean, they can't do nothing with a broken B or any of them being broken. As far as both packs go, both Ironhides was solid, both Jazz was solid, except for little paint apps on Jazz. This Ratchet that's here, that you see in here, actually came out of the first pack, so he was a little more solid than the Ratchet that came out of this pack that you see in here. So this Ratchet came from my first pack, and the Ratchet that I got transformed came from this pack. Optimus is pretty decent. He is pretty decent on his end, besides just paint apps, which can be easily fixed. But B suffered the most out of this whole pack, and I can't believe they done B that way. I just can't believe it. Hasbro should have did better than that. I don't know who does their quality control, but yeah, it's not right. But other than that, like I said, if you don't have this pack, this is an Amazon exclusive. This pack is $150. Like I said, it's worth uh, getting it for Ratchet, Ironhide, especially Ironhide, and Jazz. So it's worth getting it for them 3 guys. Like I said, they changed up some paint apps on Ratchet. is worth getting for Ironhide, period, because they selling Ironhide alone for $200 to $300 to $400. Jazz, Jazz is another good one to get this pack for. So yeah, I think y'all should add it to the collection. Like I said, but if you get a B broken, I mean, don't sweat it. I mean, especially if you got another B to replace it, like the B I'm getting ready to replace it with. So yeah, other than that, I think it turned out real well. Besides the hiccups, the issues I seen with it, and I say you should get it if you feel like it. I mean, like I said, it's up to y'all. All right, thank y'all for watching. This is TNT Neon Prime, and we're out of here. And as we always say, God is good all the time. TNT out.